Okay, so we're not going to play like rock and roll where you've got everything's a seventh chord. So that seven, I don't want to play it loud because my neighbor's home, and I don't know. I thought he worked, but I guess they're on continental hours, probably something like that, which is they work 4 12-hour days. I did that last year. Anyway, for a little while until they wanted me to lick the floors, and I said no, no thanks. Um, but anyway, hopefully I did make an impression and improve the place a little bit, but I don't do floors. I mean, I can do floors, but that's not what they hired me to do. So I'm not one of those guys who can go in there and do anything, you know, that I'm told. So made a bunch of money, and I just, I ended up back at the deli doing cooking or dishwashing, which I enjoy doing that anyway. So anyway, long story short, so my neighbor rumbled up in his truck, but so I don't want to be too much playing and la di da. I like to hold my voice down a little bit too because when I play these back for my, if my wife's in the other room, I don't want it to be too loud. I just want to keep the same volume going so I don't get louder. So if you hear me getting louder, I'm trying to make a point. So we've got these pattern stacks, okay, and we're either going to play all to the right or all to the left. And this is if you have a bar. It's called the barred, and barred means you put your finger there, okay, and say I'm doing an F there, but this is about where your A would be. See, we're going in circles with this stuff. So if that's the third, oh my gosh, if that F is the third, really that'd be the key of D flat for me. But I've been through this all before. Had to warp that. Now that's why it's a good idea to go over to the other chart. Okay, and where that F was, let's say, it was over here because that was the fourth of, or if we say, yeah, it was the fourth of. Actually, F is the fourth of C. It was the fourth of D flat. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. But when I tuned my guitar like this, I found out soon that this was an A flat. Right there. That's the inversion and the place on the keyboard. So, if you want to play a Lydian, here's the warped version. Okay, so I don't make that mistake. Starting on that F, which is a 4, try that one more time. All right, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, R2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, R, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, and then we've got to get 4, 5, 6 on the top. That's what confused me. Okay, now here's a choice. I got to this point where there was a choice. I was going to either do this R, which if this was open string, it would actually be doubling. So if I put the capo on the 4, this thing was, I put the capo on that F on my guitar, it's an F. Okay, then it goes, all right. these are the same note, R and R. The R would be the on that F. Okay, the root would be the C. I just have to get the string right. So there's a doubling there. That's a problem. It's a problem in I'm gonna sit on my vest here. It's a problem in this particular drawing here, right? But let's look at the other drawing. So you know now that the Ionian would be having a fret there, okay? And if this was a bar, a finger bar, and not a fret nut, then we could go ahead and play this Lydian from the fourth here and do our familiar caged kind of one that I'm more familiar with. So 4, 5, it would be 4, 5, 6, 7 root. Now that 3, it's almost like 3, 4, 5. So that's really part of a and that's a C. So the Lydian is actually lives inside of the C cage, because that there's a 3 there, and we need the 3 there in the squared off cage, because we're going to need to access the 2 and the 6 and the 5 and the 6, right? And we're going to need to access that 3. We don't need this 7. We don't really need the 3, but it's part of the Phrygian cage. So the 1, 4, 5 would go this. It would be the C, the long C here, R, 3, 5 root. That bar is on the 3 here. The bar would be here, and then we go to the Lydian like that. That's the fourth of it. It lives inside that cage. But remember, we can't do that if this line here is a hard line, like a capo or a fret nut. So it's nice if we're up on the bar and you can decide which one you want to do. I would normally just do the so for the Lydian, which is a difficult one to kind of, you want to remember, Lydian, you want to start on the 4. You're going to be part of a bigger cage, and this involves the other diagram here. Whoops. Which I wasn't supposed to make that mistake so many times, but here's today's diagram, okay? Well, okay, we got some wind going on outside. Yeah, it's getting windy today. We got really serious wind chill factors going down to 5 below. For North Carolina, that's cold. That's cold. But it's only 36 degrees. So, but tonight it's going down to like, I don't know, about 9 degrees or something, or 7. And with a wind chill factor, it's going to feel like -5 Fahrenheit. So why does someone say Celsius when they're talking about Fahrenheit? I don't know. It's almost like you got to say something different from what you're thinking or what you're trying to talk about. So what I wanted to point out here, when you have these two different types of ways of playing something, okay, now this should actually be on this side, that could be on that side, representing this this stack is going to go to the left, this one's going to go to the right of the capo or fret nut. But in any case, the reason why I brought these diagrams up was to show you that